call the meeting, the order of real property tax services. Entertain a motion to approve the minutes of the last meeting. Matt? Peter? Any discussion, corrections? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Carried. We're up, Alex.
Okay. All right, first is to, we have a piece of property out in the town of Stony Creek that is a very small sliver alongside of the road that has a brook running through it. Can't really build on it, you can't do anything with it. I've spoke with Kevin Hadros to see if DPW would be interested, because that is County Route 22. That is right in front of it. So I have a resolution to delete that parcel from our tax maps and to consolidate it into County Route 22/Harrisburg Road.
This is a reasonable proposal. The property's unusable.
It's unusable.
Somebody could purchase it and come up with some harebrained idea. I'm sorry we didn't do this.
We almost had that happen last year.
Yeah.
I thought he could maybe build some camp on it and rent it out, and that's really not possible.
Matt?
I'll move it.
Gene? Any further questions?
I've looked at this also, and I think this makes a lot of sense.
Good.
I did discuss it, so you guys know, also with Supervisor Thomas from Stony Creek, and he was okay with it as well.
Okay. Nothing further? Yeah?
Should we
Andrew?
combine 1 and 2?
If you want to, because that's what it pertains to, number 2,
Okay.
is to just delete the outstanding taxes on the parcel.
I'll amend my motion. I'll amend mine.
Great. Everybody else set? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Carried.
Okay. Next then would be, I have a request from the city of Glens Falls, who is interested in a piece of property that is basically surrounded by city property. It's in the town of Queensbury. They did pass a resolution. They also sent a letter through. We've done this before. If a town or the city is interested, they can purchase the property from us for the outstanding taxes for a third of the market value, whichever is less. So the city is interested in this. They have put their request through. If this goes through, I would at a later point look to delete the taxes once we foreclose on it and actually take title to it. And then we would do the conveyance. This other first one I just did, we already have title to, so that's why I can do the taxes at this time. But the taxes would be done later on this one.
So what's the offer?
It is $1,997.24.
And that offer was arrived at by?
The same way with what the resolution states is the outstanding taxes. So that's the outstanding taxes, which is the original amount plus the return penalty and any interest. We don't charge them any of the fees that we use, like the posting fees and stuff like that. That doesn't get charged out, but we do have to do these.
Great. Brad, you have something?
Thank you, Mr. I just want, where is this property on Luzerne Road?
Do you know where the transfer station is?
Yes.
There's this little rectangular piece of property that is stuck in there. It used to be owned by Wagaman and Collier years ago. So,
So is that on the west side? Between that
if
and
you're
the old
traveling
dump?
west, it's on the north side of the road. Right there where the fence all goes down, it's actually included in that fenced-in area.
And you really can't do anything with it?
No, because the old dump is there.
Right.
And this is just a little rectangular shaped piece. I'm sure I might have the size on the sheet.
Buddy?
I talked to the mayor. I don't know exactly where it is, but he said it was to help them close the old dump.
Close the old dump?
I believe that's what he said to me.
Okay.
Well, I'm actually thinking, because that's almost like across from Media Way, is that
Yeah.
It's east of Media Way, right?
east of Media Way?
East
all
of
right.
Media Way.
I'm just thinking in the future there, if there's more development going on back behind the transfer station.
Because this is kind of more where the old dump sits
Big mountain.
behind it. It's out in front of that, just east of Media Way. though.
encapsulated site.
Yeah.
I'll move it.
Peter? Jean? Any further discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Carried.
Okay, just wanted you to know that we were out this past week, and we posted 75 properties. These are properties that had not come in and paid by July 13th, which was the last day to redeem. However, we do have a bunch of those that have reached out to Treasurer Swan for an extension, which we changed that last year, I believe it was, in the resolution for the last chance meeting, to authorize him to be able to give extensions until the end of August. So I have that there's 26 extensions, or should I say 26 taxpayers that have asked for extensions. There is a few more parcels because some of those people may have a few pieces of property, not just one. So he has granted those. Those extensions go through the end of August. And I do have,
So 26 of those 75 are coming off?
yes. Hopefully.
Yeah, hopefully.
Some of those people are already in installment agreements and they needed a little bit more time to come current. Other people are just people that needed a little more time to be able to pay their taxes. So
So we're looking at around 50 at the auction.
probably a little less than that because some of these are, like there's one owner here that I have 1, 2, 3, 6, he owns 6 pieces of property.
Yeah.
So, you know,
Great.
the auction will probably be closer to like 40, maybe 35, 40 parcels.
Good.
Question?
Mr. Chairman, may I ask a question?
Yes, Peter.
Yes, how does this compare to past? About the same? Okay.
Mhm. Yep. And then I did have on here, there's 3 parcels in the town of Queensbury that are the old Glens Falls Tennis and Swim Club.
Mhm.
The city of Glens Falls, the mayor has reached out to me in regards to those 3 pieces of property, and I just thought I'd let you know that just this morning I was able to get figures to be able to send to him. So they are possibly considering purchasing those 3 pieces of property from us for the outstanding taxes after it goes through discussion. But I did just get them numbers this morning, so they're hoping to make that work. And then there's a couple other pieces of property that I did not have on here or anything, but I reached out to the state in New York on these. One of them is a piece of property that it's off of 9L. It's a marshy strip of land that at one point we had it tagged into state-owned land. And then New York State reached out to us because they wanted to merge a bunch of their properties together in that area. And when they did, we did a bunch of research and found out that this strip was not really theirs. So we created it as an unknown owner, and then vacant land, once it goes 2 years, that's when we start the foreclosure process. So I had reached out to the state of New York land unit and inquired to see if they would be interested in this piece of property since it does abut all of their property there. And the guy that I originally spoke to has since retired. He thought they would truly be interested and really would want it. It's been a little more difficult because now there's all new people in that office at the land unit, and they've bounced me to some other people at DEC, who then bounced me to a woman who's up in Raybrook, and she says that they don't like to purchase properties anymore, or she's not really allowed to purchase properties like this anymore that have gone through a foreclosure. She's like, maybe the owner would gift it to us. So, I know, right? So we just I just wanted you to know that I did reach out to them.
How big is it?
Excuse me?
How big is it?
It's 2.5 acres. But it's kind of long and it's all marshy. I mean, it's not like anything anybody could do anything with.
Mm-hmm.
And there is another piece of property up in, I'm sorry, it's not 2.5 acres, excuse me, that's the other one. It's 13.18 acres. So it is a big piece of land, but like I said, that's all kind of
Have you,
wetlands in there.
reached out to, like, the Land Conservancy or any of those?
I didn't. That's an idea I could maybe try. But I started with New York State because it did abut all their stuff.
You're not gonna get into it.
Yeah, I'm not having any luck. The lady I spoke to, like I said, in Raybrook, who reached back out to me,
Is it in the Lake Shores Basin?
not good with that.
How far on is there, what is it?
You know where it's on 9L, not up there, it's down by the south end of the lake, over by the post office there, what is that?
Cloverdale?
Cloverdale?
Oh, in Cloverdale?
Yeah,
Oh, yes, that's in the basin. Contact the Lake Shores Land Conservancy.
okay. So I'll reach out to them to see if they would be interested or how that works with them. Do they purchase property?
Oh, yeah.
They do, okay. So they may be interested, so I could do that. There was another little piece up in the town of Johnsburg that's 2.5 acres. It's off of Route 8, but I should have brought the aerial photo and I didn't, sorry. It's this little 2.5 acre piece that's within a 200 acre piece of state-owned land. And this is the corner, so if it was a big rectangle, it sits down here in the corner. And I thought for sure the state would be interested in that as well. She said they were gonna look into that one a little bit more, but I said to her, I said, you know, I don't even know if these people are still alive to be able to convey it to you. So,
Kevin?
They pay taxes on the other acres?
who's that? Well, they do on theirs, but this piece is just a little piece of nothing owned by an individual.
Slide it into them.
I would like to be able to do that, but there would be recording fees and everything involved. So,
I mean, if somebody's paying taxes on it, right?
no, that's why we're
But I
foreclosing.
mean, if you put it part of the state, then we just gave it
Well, here's
away.
the thing, the state would take it if we would give it to them. Because that's what the lady said, you know, she said, well, maybe the, prior party would be willing to give it to us. And I said, well, they would, but there would still be the issues of the taxes.
Does that have road frontage?
Neither of them have road frontage.
You gotta have access to them.
For Kevin, on the one up here on 9L, for 16, 17, and 18, total due is almost $1,300. And then the one in Johnsburg, got my sheets are all a mess because I didn't print the report right. I don't know, I gotta look at this again. Maybe $400.
I mean, you're gonna collect tax on it in the future, correct?
Hopefully.
If somebody purchases,
What about
if it
state?
goes into state-owned land, they'll pay taxes. It's just at their value.
Give it to them.
Give it to them, pay taxes.
I mean, we're not on the committee, but, well, we took a vote over here.
Well, let me go back, because we did this one other time up in the town of Hague. We had a little piece of land that was literally a piece of nothing. It went through numerous auctions and didn't sell, and so we did merge it into them. I don't know if the state of New York will pay filing fees. So I would have to look a little further into that, because I may have to come back with a resolution that I would somewhere have to find the money for recording fees in my budget. I don't know if I have that, but...
Take it right out of environmental fund that we got.
Is everybody listening? All right, well, let me talk to the girl at the
Well, it
state.
doesn't make sense to me.
No, I agree with
You're
you.
gonna get paid in going ahead.
Right.
$400, so you're out $400.
Mhm.
Well, I mean,
We-
just carrying it year after year after year is going to be an issue.
Were you aware of this, Andrew? No?
Well, it was on the list that I sent out. This was one of the
Should really
properties.
look at it before they do something.
It's Earl and Daisy Allen. They're both, I believe, deceased, and they have children, but this is a separate piece. I know they just had another one recently that was conveyed.
They're long deceased.
Right, but this is like up in the, somebody was probably paying them, family member must have been paying them. So,
Or the estate was or something.
something, I'm not sure.
They get transferred over when the estate comes out.
Because I think there is a right-of-way to this one as well.
It's gotta be.
But it's, I mean, it's up there. So, and I don't know, you know.
Why don't we...
But I'll look into it
Yeah,
more.
look
I'll
into it.
discuss that with that lady. What do you feel about the the one up there? You want me to reach out to the Conservancy?
Reach out to Jamie Brown.
What is her name?
His.
His.
And I'll give you his phone number.
Okay.
He is the executive director of the Lake George Land Conservancy.
Okay. All right, perfect. And so that's all I have at this time.
Okay.
Actually, wait,
Hey.
one more quick thing, sorry.
Hurry up.
Last Chance meeting is scheduled for August 13th, which is an early one. It's at 9 o'clock in the morning. We do it in case somebody is coming before work, they could get in there. However, I just want you to know that at this point, I have no one signed up for the Last Chance meeting.
That's good.
But I think that we still have to, even if no one signs up, I think we still have to have the meeting.
Right.
And I don't think we can cancel it because we have had people in the past that have just showed for the meeting, so that is my only concern.
We'll definitely have it, regardless. Kevin?
Is there a time frame set on that, Lindsay? I mean, do we have to hold it for so long, or?
I don't believe that.
15 minutes.
I would assume maybe 15 minutes, but there isn't nothing in the local law.
Somebody showed up later on and some other...
No,
Okay.
that's all I have.
Matt?
Mr. Chairman, I had spoke to you about the property in Johnsburg that we did the environmental testing on. There was- I think there was appeared to be an abandoned car.
Yes,
You
still there.
still there?
Mhm.
What do
Yes.
Is that something that was there before, or is that something new?
No, probably about a year and a half ago, maybe the car got added to the property, but we are not the owner of the property, so we can't tell them they can't put stuff there. They just don't pay taxes, but it's still their property. We do not own that property.
Okay.
So, I noticed that they've done some paving through that area. I noticed, there's a little bit of pavement added to this property that probably shouldn't be there, but, that was New York State. So, I am still waiting to hear back from them because they have not yet sent us a bill for the $15,000 that we contracted with them to pay towards that environmental cleanup that they did. Although that's not finished either, so.
Okay. So that may become our property once we get through the environmental thing?
No.
Okay.
At this time, no, because the property is still contaminated. It went under the building, and we don't have the right to tear the building down.
It's doing that by
afraid.
itself.
But that,
Excuse me?
I said it's doing that by itself.
It is, because they had a storm go through or something, and now all the metal is lifted off the roof and sticking up, and all the boards are exposed, so it's going to deteriorate a lot faster.
so what ultimately happens with that property? I mean, what's the...
Well, if New York State was to be able to get back in there and finish the environmental cleanup, you know, then we could go forward with the foreclosure process. But at this point, the people who own the property don't really want to see things moved forward. So they're not willing to work with the town of Johnsburg to allow them to go in and do any type of tear down, so.
Okay.
Kevin?
Can't we do it through our building codes? Can't our people go up there and look at it and declare it unsafe?
I don't think we can. I think the town of Johnsburg could condemn it.
We don't have that authority. I've looked into that, Kevin. The county
We can do it in our town.
Yeah.
Right,
They
our
don't have
town.
the authority to set themselves up as a board of health or whatever it's called.
It's definitely unsafe.
Mhm.
You can see that riding by.
We don't, because I looked into that, the county does not have the authority to do that.
But the town on their level.
Well, believe me, I went down that road, I checked that.
Mr. Wyatt?
Thank you. I just wanted to comment on the parcel you were talking about, perhaps letting the city of Glens Falls bid on, or not bid on, but just take ahead of the auction.
Which piece?
You said the old Glens Falls Swim Club or something like that?
They wouldn't be doing that ahead of the auction. We would go through, the foreclosure action would be filed, and then once the county took title to the property, we have a local law that allows any of the towns to be able to purchase those properties. They just notify us ahead of time through the committee that they're interested in the property, and then once we foreclose, we wouldn't put it through the auction process. We would foreclose, take title, and then they would purchase it from us for the delinquent taxes that are owed on the property.
Well, that might be the law. I can tell you that Glens Falls had left some properties in disrepair in the past, in Queensbury. I don't know if the one in Dixon Avenue is still an issue, but I've been hearing about that for years. And, I think we could probably get a better custodian in the city for some of these properties, and I would think it would be a special advantage to getting these properties.
Anybody else? Entertain some motion. Does anybody have any environmental concerns they want to discuss? Claude? Good to go? Okay, I entertain a motion to adjourn. Matt, Jean, all in favor? Aye. Carried. Done. Thank you.